Hi, Cheyenne John-Henderson here again with another discussion about applying melodic minor scales to chords. Today we're going to check out applying melodic minor scales to half diminished chords. A reminder of what that melodic minor scale is: if you're comparing it to a parallel major scale, all you do is flat the third note, lower that third note of the scale a half step. So if you're thinking about C melodic minor, it would be C, D, E flat, F, G, A, B. And that's how you get a melodic minor scale. And again, we don't have in jazz any difference between the ascending and descending versions of this melodic minor scale. We play it the same way, upwards and downwards. And it's sometimes referred to as the jazz minor scale. A half diminished chord is going to look like this: D minor 7 flat 5, or D circle with a line through it 7, D half diminished. That's the half diminished scale, half diminished chord symbol there. And they often are functioning as a 2 chord in a minor 2-5-1 progression. So for example, if we were in the key of C minor, we would have D half diminished, or D minor 7 flat 5, to a G7. This is a dominant chord, and I've included the alt symbol here to indicate we'd have some sharp 5, flat 5, sharp 9, flat 9, some combination of those altered notes in the chord, and then we'd resolve it to the one chord, the C minor 7. So there's one scale that you want to use when you see a half diminished chord, and that's going to be the melodic minor scale up a minor third from the root of that chord, or the melodic minor scale of the third of the half diminished chord. So if you had a D half diminished 7, you'd play an F melodic minor scale, and it's going to sound like this. There's that chord, here's the scale. So I just arpeggiated each diatonic chord within that melodic minor scale there, and that's a great thing to practice to get familiar with these melodic minor scales inside and out. So given what we've talked about in the last videos, we could put a melodic minor scale on each chord of a 2-5-1 progression. I actually added this one in, the C melodic minor scale. Didn't do a video on this one, but this one you might guess, if you have a minor chord, you can apply the melodic minor scale of the root of that chord, and it works well. So here's my C minor 7 chord. Now you don't want to dwell on that 7th, because I'm playing a flat 7 on that C minor 7. It's a B flat and a B natural in the melodic minor scale, but it sounds fine as a passing tone. You don't really notice that there's that dissonance there between the 7ths in these two, the chord and the scale that you're using. So here I'm looking vertically at a 2-5-1, D half diminished, G7 alt, C minor 7. And here is the melodic minor scale that you'd apply to each of these chords on the right here. So on the half diminished, you're going to play F melodic minor. On the G7 alt, you're going to play A flat melodic minor. Remember, up a half step from the root of the chord, and play that melodic minor. And then on the C minor 7, the one chord, you're just going to play the melodic minor of the root of that chord. And so you could take it kind of slow. I'm just going to play the chords one at a time. Now to the G7 alt. Then to the And then you want to try it with a little bit of a groove. Here's the 2, 5, 1. So I'm playing exclusively melodic minor scales over that over that minor 2-5-1 chord progression. And you want to practice this in all 12 minor keys to get really comfortable and familiar with all those applications of the melodic minor scale. Do it with a metronome and slowly increase your tempo and go through all 12 keys. Let's take a look at how this might work in a jazz standard. So here's the tune, Softly as in a Morning Sunrise. This is a tune you definitely might encounter on a jam session or if you're playing a gig. This is in C minor. We don't hear this intro too often, but the thing I want to look at is this A section here. It's 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, and back repeats again. So you can see you have a lot of opportunity in a tune like this to practice applying those scales. The F melodic minor, the A flat melodic minor over the G, and the C melodic minor over the C minor chord. So let's listen to how this will sound in the context of the tune. I'm going to play it about here, this tempo. So I'll improvise now. To the bridge there. But there again, I was using exclusively melodic minor scale, the 3 different melodic minor scales over each of those chords, and practicing the 2-5-1 progression separately with through all 12 keys can really help you get familiar and comfortable with how to apply all those when you see them in context like this in a tune.